Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to go over our new vocab list for la casa, which means the house. So this vocab list has all different rooms of the house, and it also has a verb, which is the verb tener in Spanish, and that means to have. So remember, what you should do is either have the list printed, the vocab list printed from Google Classroom, and then you can fill it in by hand as you watch this. Your other option, which I think is easier, is to sort of switch back and forth between this presentation and the Google Doc and then type right into the list, because then that way you don't have to upload a picture of your vocab list, right? So if you print it, then you have to upload a picture to Classroom and submit it that way. If you fill out the Google Doc, everybody already has their own copy. You guys all have your own copy, so you can just type right into that and it's already attached to the assignment where it should be on Classroom. If it's easier than switching back and forth, you can watch this presentation like on your phone or, an iPad, and then have your computer open to the Google Doc and type it in that way. All right, so we have la casa, which is the house. I feel like a lot of you guys know this one already. Una casa privada. Una casa privada literally means a private house, but what you should write down in your vocab list is a single family house. So there are lots of different kinds of houses in the world, and most suburban places, people live in what's called a single family house. So in other words, one family lives in that house, as opposed to like an apartment, which is a bigger building where a lot of people live in different apartments. Or there's also something called a triple decker. When I lived in Somerville, we owned a condo that was a triple decker. So it was like a big, huge house. It looked like one house from the outside, but when you went in, there were 3 different condos. So that's another example of something that would not be una casa privada. When you look at cities, that's where there tends to be more non-single family houses, right? More apartments, condos, duplexes, triple deckers, that kind of thing. All right, so una casa privada is a single family house. All right, el apartamento, easy, cognate, right? The apartment. El edificio is a building. So for number 5 in your vocab list, there's 2 Spanish words, el piso and la planta, and they both mean the same thing, floor or level of a house, okay? And so here you have different words for 6, 7, and 8. So you have, for number 6 on your list, la planta baja, which is the ground floor. And so the way you want to look at this kind of graphic here, the floor that's open and you can see inside, so like right here, that's the floor that we're talking about. And so the names for the floors in most European countries, not just Spain, are a little bit different than the way that we name floors of a building here. So la planta baja is the ground floor. So that's like the level that you would walk into a building. Okay, so you can see like the living room, the kitchen, all right? That's la planta baja, and that means the ground floor, okay? Then you go upstairs to where the bedrooms are. There's another bathroom in this picture. That's el primer piso. That is what they call the first floor, but you're actually one level up, right? So it's different than the way that we do it here. We would say the level that you go in on is the first floor, but not in Spain, okay? So they say la planta baja, that's where you go in, the ground floor. El primer piso, one level up where probably the bedrooms are. And then some houses, if they're really big, would have, we would say the 3rd floor, but again, in Spain, they would say the 2nd floor, el segundo piso, right? The 2nd floor. So the way they call, what they call the levels of a house are a little bit different in Europe. Same thing with hotels. All right, el jardín, a garden or a yard. That's another cognate, and so is this. El carro, el coche. These are both number 10 in your vocab list for car. El garaje, another vocab list. Remember, J makes an H sound in Spanish, so it's not el garaje or garage, right? It's el garaje. All right, 12, 13, 14, no pictures for these. A couple of these you guys know. So privado is private, as a house could have like a private bathroom, for example, on one of the bedrooms. Nuevo is new, and viejo you already know, that's old. So you could have a new house or an old house. La sala is the living room. El comedor, dining room. La cocina is the kitchen, not coquina, cocina. El cuarto is the room, so any kind of a room, right? So this is like a floor plan of a house. So just the word for room in general is el cuarto. El cuarto de baño, baño means bath. This is the bathroom. A lot of times they just shorten and say el baño, like that's what we do in school. All right, you have 3 words for bedroom. El cuarto de dormir, which means the room for sleeping, is literally what that means. La recámara, and the word cama, C-A-M-A, right here in the middle of that means bed. So la recámara is another word for bedroom. And el dormitorio, which sounds like dorm, right? A dormitory, which is where you sleep in college. El balcón is a balcony. This looks like a hotel. I would love to be there right now. La terraza is a terrace. So a lot of places in Europe, especially in the cities, don't have a yard. In our cities here, if you live in a condo or an apartment, you might not have a yard. So places might have like a patio or a terrace or some sort of outdoor space. So they can be private or kind of shared by everybody that lives in the apartment building, right? This guy's relaxing here. Looks nice. El cumpleaños. A lot of you probably know this from, I don't know, TV maybe. This is the birthday. La fiesta, definitely know this, party. El regalo is a present or a gift. La quinceañera. So we are going to be talking about quinceañera. Actually, you guys already did the quinceañera lesson. So quinceañera is 2 meanings. A girl who is 15 years old or turning 15, or it's her party. Right? So it's a 15-year-old girl or the party for a 15-year-old girl. All right, la torta or el pastel is a cake. Both of those mean cake for 27. There's 2 Spanish words. La vela is a candle. Bunch of words here that we don't have pictures for because they're not nouns. So the word I right here, H is silent in Spanish. It's not hey or hi, right? The word I means there is or there are. So you could say like, hay 10 velas en el pastel. There are 10 candles on the cake. All right. Or there are X number of rooms in your house. Perro with 1 R means but. Perro with 2 R's is a dog. Okay. This means but. Cada means each or every. Todo is all. And then you have a lot of Spanish words that mean many or a lot. So you have mucho, muchos, mucha, muchas. Right? You get 4 different versions. Kind of just depends on the grammar of the sentence and what you have a lot of. That's why there's so many different ways to say it in Spanish. All right, now we have a verb. This is your verb tener. So yo tengo means I have. So if you want to say I have a big house, yo tengo una casa grande. Tú tienes means you have, right? So you have a big house. Tú tienes una casa grande. Él tiene, our example, he has an apple. In Spanish, that would be él tiene una manzana. So él tiene is he has. She has, here's our friend Dora. So ella tiene, right? She has short hair. Ella tiene, she has. Usted tiene, so remember usted is formal, right? So that means you have, if you're talking to someone formally, like, I don't know, a teacher, and if you're saying you have lunch duty this week. Nosotros tenemos is we have. Nosotros tenemos. And then vosotros means you all, really only used in Spain, right? So vosotros tenéis profesores muy simpáticos is our example. This is, the picture is a little bit blurry. So you all have very nice teachers, right? And there's all the teachers. Ellos or ellas tienen. So your example, ellos tienen una casa muy grande, right? Ellos or ellas means they. You have masculine and feminine. 42, ustedes tienen. You guys or you all have. So ustedes tienen mucha tarea. You have a lot of homework. Hopefully you don't have too much. All right, and then the way to make something negative if you don't have something. So yo no tengo un perro, for example. I don't have a dog. Or yo no tengo tarea, I don't have homework. 44, my house has. You're going to be using this in your project that you have this week to well, you have different options, so you'll have to take a look at the directions for the project, but this is what you're going to be using to describe your house, whether it's a video tour of your house or a drawing of your house or a slideshow. You're going to need this phrase, mi casa tiene un comedor. So mi casa tiene means my house has. And last one, my house does not have. Mi casa no tiene. And here's a pool the next through it. That's kind of a bad picture, but I couldn't find a better one. So mi casa no tiene una piscina. My house does not have a pool. My house doesn't. I wish it did. All right. So if you have any questions, send me an email. I will respond as soon as I can. And I will see you guys next week. Adios.